Hi YouTube family, welcome to Seeking Financial Independence. As you know, this channel is all about sharing ways to transform your life through the power of financial independence, either through starting a business or through a job. In this video, I will be sharing 5 businesses that you can start for under $500. So if you've always wanted to start a business and didn't think you had enough money to do so, I will be sharing how you can do this for super cheap. So stay tuned. So business number 1 is a cleaning company. This is something that I started myself. When I started my cleaning company, I was able to start it for under $500. And here are 5 things you need to get started. Number 1, you need a website, and this could cost you anywhere from less than $50. And this is thanks to the power of Squarespace. My website cost me around $42 per month. I live in Canada, and this included an online store as well, where customers could book my cleaning services online, and it looked very sleek and professional and very minimalist. So if you don't want to hire a really expensive web developer who could do a really awesome job, you have the option of using Squarespace. Number 2, you will also need a domain name. Domain names are super cheap. GoDaddy and other companies are typically selling domain names for as little as $1 some days. Get a domain name that is descriptive, that explains what you do, and something that is not too long and also easy to remember, and you're good to go. You will also need to get cleaning supplies. Cleaning supplies can be quite pricey, and the reason for that is because vacuums cost hundreds of dollars. But what I did when I got started was I used supplies around my house. So I used things like vinegar, baking soda. Dawn dish detergent is really good for cleaning. It costs $1 at Walmart sometimes, and it's always on sale. You need things like steel wool. If you don't want to spend money on a vacuum or use your own vacuum, you're welcome to get a free vacuum and test it out. Later on, I started to buy used vacuums. And the reason I did buy used vacuums as opposed to buying new ones from the beginning is, first of all, it's cheaper to buy used. Number 2, with a cleaning company, you go through a lot of vacuums, and your cleaners may prefer one vacuum over the other. So sometimes it's nicer to buy a used vacuum, see if you like it. If you don't like it, get rid of it when it breaks down, or if you really like it, you could replace it with a new one down the line. And pro tip, look on sites like Craigslist and free listing websites, because people are always giving away functioning, awesome vacuums. So you don't actually have to buy a used one, you could just get one for free. You also have to hire people, and that may cost a few dollars here and there if you want to boost an ad on Facebook or Indeed. So those are the main things you need to get started. Most of your costs will be going to your supplies, your website, and things like that. You can even get a company started for something as low as $300. One of the options you could explore with a cleaning company is, instead of hiring employees, you could either clean yourself or clean with a family member or a friend, or hire independent contractors who have their own supplies, have their own insurance, and things like that. When I first got started, I had 1 employee, but I did a lot of the cleaning myself and with a friend of mine. And then as I continued to grow, I couldn't clean because I have a full-time job, so I hired a bunch of employees. The second business that you should look into starting is a lawn company. So lawn companies are similar to cleaning companies in terms of setup. You need things like a website, you need things like a domain name, you need staff as well. With a lawn company, I would definitely suggest not going the employee route, but instead getting contractors. And the reason is because the equipment and supplies needed for lawn companies can be quite pricey. You don't want to invest in all that equipment from the beginning. So I definitely advise going with the contractor route. It's really simple to find contractors online for lawn companies. There's a ton of people advertising their services online to mow lawn and things like that. Your job is to basically get the clients and then let these people know, oh, hey, I have extra jobs for you. Let us know if you're interested, and the rest is history. So lawn companies, again, similar costs to starting a cleaning company, but in terms of the setup, it may be a little bit different, because you can either go with employees or contractors. Again, if you have any money left over at the end of the setup, you can always invest that money into getting clients through Yelp, AdWords on Google, or things like that. Third company you can start is a painting company. Again, similar to the first 2, the setup is quite similar. I would encourage going the contractor route as opposed to going through employees. And the reason, again, is because the equipment startup, the equipment cost and supply costs for painting is way more expensive than starting a cleaning company, for instance, because With a cleaning company, you can use vinegar and baking soda, but with a paint company, you have way more intense supplies than you need to get in order to do a professional job. So again, I would definitely suggest going through contractors. I know a lot of people, I know a lot of students over the summer start painting companies just because it's so easy to get off the ground. So this is something you should explore, and I will have more details in the description box. The fourth company that I encourage you guys to start is something around Handyman Services. So handywoman services are something that I use and I have used in the past. I am awful when it comes to using any sort of tools or equipment. I only recently learned how to use a drill. My experience hiring a handyman, first of all, a lot of people are unreliable. They don't answer their phones. They don't show up. Most people don't have a website. So if you got a website on Squarespace for Handyman Services, you are way ahead of the game. I encourage you, if you are a person who's really good at using tools or really good at maybe assembling IKEA boxes. This couch I'm sitting on is from IKEA, and I struggled to put it together. I actually gave up, and luckily my friends are really good at IKEA stuff, so they helped me assemble it. But I'm that person who would be calling a handyman to help me out for 2 hours because I can't figure it out, you know? The artwork around my house and my mirrors and all that stuff, I got a handyman to fit for me. I wanted to get some shelves as well installed, so I had to get a handyman. So there's so many options and ways that you can explore your skills and monetize them. Handyman service, again, get a website, get a domain name, get some insurance if you need it. It shouldn't be too pricey either, and you're good to go. It's all about advertising. And then the last business I encourage you to explore is crafting a business that is relevant to your skills. So for example, when I was in my last year of university, I started a diversity consulting company. All that company entailed was me giving workshops to companies in town. And the reason I was able to do that is because I had worked for nonprofits and companies in different roles all throughout university. So I had about 4 years of experience in progressive leadership position. With a diversity consulting company, I couldn't just advertise on Craigslist and call it a day. I had to actively network my services, which meant reaching out to former employers, reaching out to former volunteer colleagues, reaching out to previous workplaces, crafting an email with a proposal and all that, and asking them if they were interested in my services. A lot of people said yes, a lot of people said no. In my case with consulting, I found out that one of my biggest clients were local community centers. And the reason for this is that many local community centers have multiple staff, multiple branches. So I was able to put together a website, put together the work I'd done, and then email local companies in my city and ask them, would you like to have a diversity consultant? And that name sounds so odd. This was about 4 years ago. So I feel like diversity consulting has gotten way more popular. But 4 years ago, people were like, what is a diversity consultant, So I had to explain, this is what my service is. This is what I will be providing to your company. I'm going to come in and talk about diversity, what it looks like, issues around diversity. And it sounds really basic, but this is something that a lot of companies and organizations were interested in. Think of skills that you have. It could be photography, web design, graphic design, whatever it is. There's so many things that you maybe you're really good at conflict resolution. Maybe you're really good at media work. Maybe you're really good at public relations. There's so many skills that you may have. That's it for me. Feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And comment below, tell me what is holding you back from starting at least one business in 2018. On my end, I think it's really important that when we think about financial independence, we're thinking of how to increase our earnings and maybe reduce our expenses. And one of the easiest ways to do this is by starting a business and making sure that it's profitable. So thanks again for watching this video, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!